this video I want to show you how we spent $250,000 in 1 month with the return on ad spend was 1.4 for the information product. And for those of you who are selling information products, or maybe who are just looking for the cutting edge strategies for Facebook ads, I'll show you exactly how we've done it, like step by step, different approaches, how we tested, how we scaled it, basically how we refined the overall strategy. And also, guys, I'll show you how to utilize second ad account. So if, you know, when you're basically scaling up, how to utilize second ad account for scaling, and basically how to leverage 2 ad accounts at the same time for the maximum sales and the maximum profit product launch. And this was with type of information product that which is called challenge, right? 30-day challenge. I'll explain in detail what it is, how it works. So you can see here in this ad account, it's $179,000 in ad spend. In this account, it's $60,000 in ad spend with 1.54 return on ad spend. And I'll show you exactly how we have achieved this result. So this was for a product which is like information product, which is the keto, which is like a diet training, right? And so basically this is like ketogenic diet challenge was a product that we've been selling. It's a $47 product. Basically that's what we sold as a main kind of like front end offer. And with clients, we have like requirement to spend over $200,000 per month with return on ad spend of 1.4, which is, I mean, with information product, you don't have a lot of like overhead, right? It's basically kind of the overhead is very small, like unlike e-commerce where you have like more like cost of goods and services, you have other expenses. With information products, it's more streamlined and there's not so much overhead, and it's quite scalable. So 1.4 return on ad spend is quite profitable. And so our goal was to achieve, like maximum engagement and kind of like get as many customers as possible, because like with upsells and with this throughout this challenge, there have been like other products that have been upsold. So that was the goal, to acquire as many as possible like customers profitably for this business, so they can be sold like other things and physical products on the back end, right? So the time frame was from 1st July till 31st of July. So basically like 1 month, right? So we started with evaluating historic data in this ad account, basically checking the data for the account like that was there. So there was quite some data in this ad account. So you can see here, for example, like this account, like over time spent quite a lot, like 846,000, right? And I mean, this is quite like old ad account. So we've evaluated all of this data. So this was like a first step. Whereas what I wanted to show you guys is like this account, for instance, this was like totally brand new account. We just started it like last month, literally, right? Like, so it started in March, but first time it was used, it just was like used last month. That's it. So, which is quite interesting. I want to show you some of the insights we've taken from that as well, guys. So basically here, we have like analyzed previous like data on this account. Previous challenges have been run on this account. None of them have been running at such a kind of like high budget on such a short time period. And we also have evaluated similar product, similar launches by other companies, kind of like how they structured their funnels, how they structured their advertising. So that was we've also taken into consideration before like crafting the strategy for promoting this one. And so for targeting, we've evaluated like all of the data we had. We've identified that we need to go after women that are 18 plus. That was kind of like the main core audience. All of the main like English speaking countries. So emphasis on Australia, New Zealand, because that's where the expert that was basically conducting this whole training was from. And we started with 4 or 5 best interests that we've identified, which is fitness and wellness, some fitness experts like Michelle Bridges, Weight Watchers, Dr. Libby, Jane Craig and stuff. So other basically interests that made sense for this particular niche and historically that have performed well. Then lookalikes. So we started off with 4 or 5 largest custom audience lookalikes, like email subscribers, like buyers. So we had some material to work with, basically, right? Then the final setup, how we structured it. So it was basically ads would drive them to the landing page. They would watch a video. Then there is like a video, and they would see evaluation, like the information about the offer, and they would go to checkout page and buy. We'd use like short 15-30 second ads that would lead people to the landing page with that like video to reach like all placements, and then delay for a subscribe button to appear. So we tried that basically to filter out people who are not really interested. So basically there would be just a video on the page, and then after some time they would appear the rest of information. So we also wanted to test that version of the funnel. And basically for the ads, so we test like 5 ads for cold traffic, which is like 3 15-second videos, different thumbnails, headlines, text, 2 30-second videos, different thumbnails, headlines, text. So, and we also used 2 ads for retargeting, and that was one video. Right? So you can see basically that's how we conducted the analysis. So 150 campaigns. We've kind of like checked all of the like historical data. We checked the campaigns with highest spend, highest return on ad spend. So kind of like how, I recommend you do like the analysis on any of your like campaigns or any of your advertising campaigns, right? So you just go here, like you structure it, you sort by return on ad spend to see what was the most like profitable. And I see a lot of you guys like use this. So obviously you just need to like identify what worked the best for you, whether these were like lookalikes or interests. So once you have some data, that's kind of how you need to make decisions based on that data that you have already paid for, the data you have already accumulated, right? So that's what we've done. We've evaluated all of this data. We found like what was the most like profitable, the most consistent advertising, and we leveraged that data moving forward. Now, campaign scalar build up. So we started with 3 main campaigns to start with. So cold traffic interest, these had like 6 different location settings, like worldwide, English, Big 5, and then we had 5 different interests for each area. And we had over like total, we had like 30 assets overall, like $100 a day on each. With cold traffic, with lookalikes, we had the basically 8 different location settings as lookalikes perform better. So worldwide, English speakers, we had South America, European Union, and Big 5. We had 5 different lookalikes for each area. So 40 ad sets in total, 100 a day each. So it's like $4,000 a day. Then warm traffic for retargeting, we had like page visitors, Facebook, Instagram, landing page, checkout. So kind of like different variations, top 5, 10, 25% visitors, Facebook, Instagram, post page engagements, and people who watch videos, obviously from 25 to 95%. And last, challenge buyers, which was like quite some time ago in January 2019. So basically that's how we structured, very simple structure. So I recommend for you guys, like structure your campaigns like in a simple way. So kind of like it simplifies the work for the algorithm to optimize it, and also simplifies the work for you like to manage these campaigns. Because like if you have like 100 different campaigns, and I see a lot of you guys like do it that way, then it's kind of like overwhelms the algorithm. So you want to structure it in a simpler way where you have less campaigns. Inside of those campaigns, you have like many ad sets, right? And that's how I recommend you structuring your campaigns. So with CBOs, like I recommend also like not having like too many like ad sets inside of each campaign. So having like 3 to 5 ad sets maximum, right? So you don't have like a lot. So Facebook job like to optimize and find kind of like distribute that budget is not very difficult, because the more work you give for the for the algorithm, the more it's kind of like just doesn't know exactly what to do, where to distribute that budget. There's more work, there's more testing, and more potential potential fail, potential like waste of your money. So immediate problems identified, like it wasn't all like perfect. So the funnel was converting poorly to start with, right? Despite many link clicks, and we generated a lot of like 95% video views, we had very few conversions. So first day, guys, we had only 38 purchases, 325 checkouts for $2,900. Like return on ad spend was just horrible, like 0.68, right? So we brainstormed possible reasons. Maybe it was like bad creatives, poorly structured funnel, maybe it was like slow website, but it could not be targeting as we only used like proven audiences from the past, so we knew that wasn't targeting. So we decided to rebuild the funnel. We returned to the old version that only targets Facebook feeds. It took the clients too long to reach the cart, so many dropped. So we decided just to use the old funnel as simple as possible, and we used like Facebook feed ads, which was like quite long, right? It was like 30-minute video. We've taken them to landing page, right? And that shorter video with details of the course, and then just check out. So we, like on the Facebook side, we had like quite long video, like 30 minutes long, right? So it's very rare like to use such as these for like e-commerce businesses, for instance, but you might also try like sometimes like it's kind of like short like documentary maybe about the product. So definitely test it out for e-commerce. And so we've tested that and it was like performing quite well. So we checked the results of the new funnel. So immediate turnaround, like we had like 1,000 checkouts, 1,016 checkouts. We had 173 purchases with return on ad spend of 194, right? So, you know, it's kind of like instant turnaround, like was profitable. We spent only 4,400. So, we were off schedule. We needed to scale very aggressively. And so, so you can see here, for example, see what date was it? So you can see like, for example, on the 2nd, we spent $4,000 and the return on ad spend was like 0.86, horrible. And next day, you can see like sudden turnaround. We just changed the funnel. Where we were driving traffic. So guys, I mean, it's oftentimes like for us, like if we want to do something, you know, we often want to like reinvent the wheel. And I recommend guys, like if you have something working, if you have like proven funnel for your e-commerce business, for whatever you do, like don't change things like too aggressively, right? If something's working, just like utilize it, just use it, right? So we had something that was working in the past. We just started to utilize it, like instant profitability from day one. You can see like instant change in the profitability from 0.86 to 173. And it wasn't because, you know, because of like learning period or like something like that. It was because just funnel was converting better, right? This is it. So yeah, so we needed to scale like very aggressively. So here's how we've done it. So as you can see here, so these are the results, right? We kind of like started to scale up quite aggressively. CPA dropped from $159 to $25 here. So kind of like dropped very significantly, very fast. And we needed to get to 10K a day to reach the goal. So we used aggressive method. We duplicated all winners with doubled budgets. We continued scaling up as long as we were within the around like 1.4 ROAS. And we got winning ad sets with $1,000 per ad set a day. So we had like quite high like budgets on some of the ad sets. So you can see here like some of the campaigns, like they spend like more than others. So the next day after that, you can see here, so 155, we spent here $10,000, right? Like quite aggressive. As you can see, like from 4,000, from basically here, like we started like 960, it wasn't profitable at all. And then like literally 4 days later, it's like scaling to $10,000 a day. So this is what possible, guys, with a good funnel. So if you have a good funnel for your business, then obviously scale it up. If you don't know how to build like that winning funnel, that's something that will, I highly recommend you subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'll basically guide you guys how to build it basically either for your like e-commerce business or for your like information business, whatever business you do. So we started with basically, you know, like that, right? Which is like duplicated, very simple, very straightforward. Then we continued testing on the background. CBOs didn't work out well for this particular account. Manual bidding showed great results, but could not spend consistently a lot, right? So also, a lot of people say like manual bidding is way to go. Like it wasn't specifically working for this account. So I highly recommend, if something doesn't work for you specifically, don't do something just because like everyone does it, right? Or because someone says you should do it. Like if something works for you, if like small budgets work for you or like bigger budgets work for you, just do that. Like do what works. Like just remember that your situation might be like particular in some way. So do something that works, do something that makes you money. So as a result, as you can see, $8,400 spent next day. So return on ad spend started dropping like 164, 16 day after with further negative tendency. So we needed to find a solution for stabilizing ROAS. And as you can see, guys, here's something very interesting, right? Introduce like totally new account. We just shared a pixel, like totally brand new, like zero data on it, right? So we just started utilizing that ad account. And so, as you can see here is what happened. Like basically this ad account was like literally zero data, as you can see here. So zero, right? Zero, like, and we just shared a pixel. You can see day one, basically almost profitable, right? Day one, right? Day two, almost, not quite, but day three, right? As you can see, profitable, right? So it's kind of like inconsistent, a bit more like inconsistent, but then it was like better. So literally like almost from day one, it was like very close to profitability. So if you have something that works, like, for example, you spend like $5,000, like $5,000 in one ad account, then, or even like 10, if you see that like ROI like diminishing, then all you need to do is basically just introduce another ad account, just share the pixel within the same business manager, and just scale it up, guys. This is it. So here's what we've done, and we started building it slowly. We didn't spend like tens of thousands of dollars per day. Like we use the same creative targeting funnel, everything the same. Started building out slowly. Reached 10K spent on July 8th, so 8K in main account, 2K in second, with ROAS stabilized, right? And so first day after scaling, right? You can see second account, as you can see here. Kind of like got it to where it should be, like the results, like, so we continued, as you can see, like it was like quite consistent, like on both accounts. Like some accounts we were performing like over time, like as you can see here, for example, in this ad account, which was like totally new, totally like brand new account, the overall return on ad spend was better than the original one, which was like tons and tons and tons of data, right? With $800,000 worth of data. Like this account with, with this account with like zero data, basically just shared pixel, performed better than the account with like 800,000 worth of data. So always, like if you have something that's winning, something that's doing well, don't hesitate just to test another ad account with it, because you might even get like better results with that new ad account. So that's what I would recommend for you guys. So the results for us, we have been here quite good. So we've spent over $240,000, 100K in the main account, 60K in the second ad account. We achieved around like 145 ROAS overall, reached like 6 million people in total. Right, so this account was 3.5, and this account was 3.3. It was like 3.9 in this ad account, and then this account was 1.9. So that was quite substantial reach in such a short period of time. And so lessons learned that I want to share with you guys, that aggressive scaling is possible if you're using two ad accounts, right? Two ad accounts, and you need like a well-converting funnel. That's the key to success, guys. Like your website, your funnel, like your store, whether you're using Shopify, Zipify, ClickFunnels, whatever you use, it has to convert, and you have to prove it. Like, you have to prove that conversion on smaller budgets, right? When you do like small budgets, you have to prove that the funnel actually converts before you start scaling up. So a lot of people talk about like scaling up where like they only have like 2, 3, 5 sales. I mean, it doesn't mean like scale up. Like scale up is where you have like, you know, like hundreds of sales at least. Like when you have like validated this concept and you have like more or less like this consistent conversion rate, that's where kind of like you start gradually scaling up. If you have like 3, 5 sales, 10 sales, it's just like still testing period, guys. So yeah, well converting funnel is the key to success. You cannot maintain the same level of ROAS constantly if you do not update your creatives, interest targeting, and custom audiences. So I would recommend just like re-upload your custom audiences or just like create new variations of custom audiences. So to give some like fresh data, and you know, oftentimes like these new variations perform very, very well. So you always have to kind of like be on the edge, like update your targeting, update your creatives to kind of like always give something fresh to Facebook, and something always give people something new. Now, automatic bidding is more stable in terms of spending. Manual bidding is better in terms of conversion. And guys, use automatic rules. So we used quite a few like automated tools here. Otherwise, on high budget, scaling losing assets is impossible. Like, I mean, it just would spend like too fast, right? And so the results here, right? So 60, as I showed you, like 60 spend here, 179 spend here, 141 return on that spend here, 150 was here, it was updated to 154. So it was quite good, quite profitable as a front end for the information product that has like a lot of the like upsells on the back end. So this was quite profitable campaign. So this is it, guys. Yeah, so I hope you learned some lessons from this that you can utilize for your own business, either it's e-commerce business or whatever business you do. And then if you're looking for more insights for strategies, like please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please follow me on Instagram. I share more, tips, strategies. We do interviews with some awesome people. So yeah, guys, I want to share all of that information with you. Help you do well. Help you do get amazing results with your e-commerce business, with your Facebook ads,